Okay, so I was going, what in the world? My Zoom was doing all kinds of weird stuff. Hey guys, I know we're 2 minutes to starting. I'm really excited for everybody tonight, actually. Let me go and start the Facebook group. My computer was just totally whacked out, so give me 1 second to go start. And guys, you're going to want to send out any kind of invites to anyone on your team. You want to make sure that everyone is going to get the information that we have tonight. I'm about to introduce you guys to someone that I've been knowing for 20 years, and I'm really fired up for you all to hear his perspective on how to go out there and really rock this thing out, especially in the times that we're going through right now. So with that, give me 1 second to get this started on the team page. And we'll get this bad boy started. Jill, did you make coffee, baby?
What's up, Chris?
Let's see here.
Chris, will this be recorded?
Yes, it will be recorded.
Sweet.
Guys, I'm not on the normal page, so if you would, mute your phones as you're getting started. Before I get to actually do it, I just realized that my volume was not on, so I didn't hear anybody. Hopefully we have no problems tonight with this thing. All right, looks like it's starting. This is amazing.
It's amazing.
Who's that laughing?
That was me, Chris.
Do anything with it.
All right, here we go. I'm just gonna go live. No title. All right, it appears we are a go. I'm just gonna click out. So, guys, I was talking to Ricky and a few of the other leaders, and tonight is really special because, one, you all know that we don't ever have any outside people that jump on our calls. You know, you might hear some of us mention, let me mute everybody. You might hear some people mention different groups that they're a part of and all that. And I know that we have people that, you know, exercise different things from attraction marketing and all that. And we've been very on system from day one. And we've been very adamant about keeping things so simple that anyone can do it. Yeah, tonight we're on Mindset Mondays, and what Mindset Mondays is about sharpening your axe. It's about becoming the best version of yourself. And guys, what I've been sharing with you all over and over, and what we've been talking about is, you know, for you to basically sharpen your axe and to get better, your income will always come back down to your personal development level. And the guy I'm about to introduce you to, I met at a MLM mastermind roughly 20 years ago. I had no idea that he was one of the speakers. I had no idea who he was. We were just sitting down. I think he was wearing a Hawaiian shirt or something. And I think Robert Hollis was like right next to us as well. And we were all just talking, and I started to build a relationship with this guy, and come to find out he was a prominent force in the industry, right? He's spoken in front of, you know, tens of thousands of people over the last 15 years. And I've built a relationship with him over the last 20 years, and we talk periodically, and he's a rock star. I have all of his trainings. He has an incredible training on how to prospect and recruit professionals. I have people that I've worked with that have been in my team over the years that have been a part of his A team, and they were top producers. Like, these guys absolutely produced. And a lot of what they attributed that to was the systems and the tracking and the things that they learned from Todd. So I want to be very clear as we're starting this that you know that we always talk about staying on system, but what you have to realize is that people aren't duplicatable, but systems are, right? And you want to continue to keep becoming a better and better version of yourself. Now, this does not mean if you hear anything on the call tonight, that's not what you've been doing, that you stop doing what you've been doing. But we talk about if you go to college, you go in there and you have a major and you have a minor. And during the time that we're going on right now, we thought it would be the best thing to bring on Todd and have him share some of the strategies that he's doing, because many of us are now stuck in our homes and you're going to have to do something different than what you might have been doing for the last, 6 months to a year or however long you've been on board. So with that being said, I'm going to turn it over to a good friend of mine, Todd Falcone. Todd, over to you, my friend.
What is up, Chris? Great to be here. Good evening, everybody. Hello. I feel honored to be able to share with your crew. 20 years, man. That's so long ago, it seems like, man. We've met so long ago down in Orlando, Florida. So, all right. So here's the deal. I've got a lot of stuff I want to cover. First of all, congratulations, Chris, on your longevity, your success, your leadership. Obviously, you guys already know that because you get a chance to work with him every day. It's so cool to see people that make a commitment, that make a decision to the profession. I remember 30 years ago being introduced to network marketing. I thought I was going to a job interview. Got this guy called me up. He said, "Hey, my name's Jim. I'm calling you from Orange County Marketing Group. We're a marketing company. We're looking for people that can train and manage others in the expansion of our company. We want to talk to you." And I'm like, oh my gosh, put my suit on, my clip-on tie, drove to Irvine, California to interview with the boss. I'm so naive. I don't even know that I'm sitting in a biz op presentation for a network marketing company because I'd never heard of it before. And I sat there, I was like, where's the boss? Oh, it must be the guy that's in front of the room. And I sat there and I watched this presentation about network marketing get unveiled in front of me. And I got done with that presentation. I thought, my goodness gracious, what's not to get about this? We got this product we can share with other people. We can build a team, earn a percentage on everything that they do. And I began that journey, which has now been, as of August 29th of this last year, 30 years. And last 15 years, I've been speaking and training full-time. It's all I do now. I've spoken in 30 countries now. I was actually supposed to be right now flying home from South Africa, but as we know, that got canceled. So, how cool is this to be with all the happy people? Like you guys are like on the happy pill and the happy coffee. So everybody's super happy, which, you know what? I think the world needs a little happiness right now, doesn't it? So here's the deal. I want to just chat about the elephant in the room real quick. It's something that, we clearly know what's going on out there, right? We're dealing with this unprecedented, surreal, bizarre, weird situation that none of us have ever faced. Not one of us have ever seen this happen in our lifetimes. And I've been doing a lot of trainings over the last few weeks with network marketing companies to just kind of, 30 years of doing network marketing, a lot of experience, never experienced this whole thing about being in lockdown. But I want to give you guys some perspective. Like there's an awakening going on, right? There's an awakening happening out there where people right now are at home, many people not working. They're not even able to go to work. So they're sitting here going, how am I going to pay my rent? What am I going to do? What if my job isn't there when this all gets past us? Or what if my company's out of business? There's a lot of people that don't even have a plan B, right? You guys are fortunate enough to all be involved already in network marketing. And then there's an awakening happening for some people in network marketing, right? Because I don't care what deal we're talking about. In every network marketing company, there's doers and there's don'ters. There's people that do, and then there's people that don't do. And some of the people that maybe have been around, because I've done trainings for these guys over the last few weeks, there's people that are showing up for these Zooms and these lives or webinars that I'm doing. And there's people that are like, oh man, I wish I could, I shoulda, coulda, woulda. Why didn't I show up? Dang it. I've been in this thing for 3 years. How come I haven't shown up? Like I wouldn't be worried right now the way I am had I shown up. And look, you can sit there and live in regret and kick yourself in your own butt and be all mad, but that's not going to help you. That's not going to serve you. We have to step up right now. The time that we're facing right now, I think as network marketers, we have a responsibility because of what we have. And I've racked my brain pretty hard the last few weeks going, what else is there? Like, I've been to all these events the last couple of years. People talk about the gig economy. You guys heard that phrase? If you haven't heard the phrase, gig economy refers to things like Uber, Lyft, Airbnb. being able to have a side gig where you can make some money. And they've referred to it as being potential competition to network marketing. When was the last time you dropped? When was the last time, did you go Uber this week? I know I didn't. I haven't been in an Uber in weeks. My friend who I'm supposed to be at their house this week, she has 2 rooms for Airbnb. She's at like 98% cancellation. She relies on that income. Oh my gosh. By the way, this has also come up. This has come up so much. Way like over and over and over again. Oh, Todd, should I even be talking about my business right now? I mean, given all that's going on, is it insensitive to be talking business? Is it insensitive to be growing my business? I mean, is this the right time? I'm thinking, are you kidding me? There is no more right time than right now. There's no more right time than right now to step up your game. This is not the time to step down. It's the time to step up. This is not the time to check out. It's the time to check in. It's the time to show the world what you're made of. Like, look, I understand, like, no, this is not a fun roller coaster ride that we're on. It's not like we're all going, oh my God, I love being locked up in the house. This is beautiful. I mean, you guys are all happy locked up in the house because of what you guys are taking every day, but not like you guys are like digging it. You can't go hang out with your friends. It's like this roller, when like your mom put you on the roller coaster. Or no, my mom put me at what she put me on. It's a Small World After All when I was like 4 and I cried my eyes out. That was like too much for me to handle. It's a small world after all. It's freaking. It's like we're on this roller coaster ride. That's not so fun, but it's like you've just been dealt a hand. And if you've never played poker before, it doesn't matter, but you've been dealt the crappiest hand and you're like, okay, you can still win the hand. You realize you can still win a poker. If you have a round of poker, you can still win without having any decent cards in your deck. We've been dealt something, and what we've got to do is play our cards and play our cards right. And so, look, I've had, and I can't tell you, like what day was it? Last Thursday, I get an email from a guy that was in my downline 25 years ago. Last 7 years, he's been doing real estate, doing really well at real estate in Northern California. Sends me an email, Todd, how you and the family? What's up? Listen, I need to get back into network marketing. He goes, I'm shut down. I can't do open houses. I don't see me doing a deal in the foreseeable future in the next few months. He goes, I wish I didn't get out of network marketing. I need to get back into it. A friend of mine Friday last week calls me up, and he's like super successful DJ, very, very successful guy. He's like, dude, I need to get back involved in network marketing. I have people because of what I do that are like reaching out to me because I'm super connected in the network marketing space, guys that I've worked with for years. People right now are looking for a plan B. How selfish of us to not open up our mouths and reach out to people and say, look, I've got a solution. Now, here's the thing that we have to understand. And I truly believe that we are the only viable solution for a lot of people right now. What else is there? Like, okay, you can't see this, but see those hands? Those are soft, buttery hands. Those are not handyman hands. Like my handyman won't even come to my house right now to hang this new light that I got to get hung up. So if I wanted to be a handyman right now, and if I was handy, my wife calls me the not so handy man. That's why we have a handyman, because I'm not very handy. And I hung shelves one time, and they were like this. So, those shelves that you like put up against the wall and you like to put pretty stuff on, ladies? Yeah, well, my shelves was like this. So she's like, yeah, you're not so handy. So I think right now you have to make a decision. You're either going to step forward and step up like your life depended on it, or you're going to get caught up on the news in your news feed. Like, I'm not saying we're not informed. You need to be informed. You need to be educated as far as what's going on. But, a very smart friend of mine got so caught up in this and just like news all day long. The news is just a repeating recycle of negativity. And if you're doing that all day long, you're getting sucked onto your couch, or you're getting sucked into your Facebook news feed, which right now about 95% of your news feed isn't so much fun, right? You can follow me and like, look at me. You're not going to see anything negative on my news feed. We got to be making sure that we're following positive people. And Chris said something at the beginning. I'm all about simplicity and keeping things. In fact, there's a phrase I use, so simple a 7-year-old could do it. I'm not going to give you guys anything at all that deviates from your system. You follow your system, you follow your processes, and you always keep it that way. That's how you create duplication, because here's how you create duplication. Systems that are simple. That's how duplication happens in network marketing. So I'm definitely not going to say anything that goes against the grain or is any different than you guys are being taught. But I do want to say this. Again, you have to make a decision right now to step up your game in a way that you've never done it. And we have to do it with class, right? Nobody wants to be seen. And I read an article over the weekend about these network marketing people are taking advantage of folks during the coronavirus crisis. You know, I'm like, okay, of course that's going to be some negative article from some news, whatever that news outlet was. If we do things in a professional way, we can reach out to people right now and say, look, I've got a solution for you. Is it an overnight solution? No, it's not an overnight solution, but it's a solution. People, if they're religious, they're at home right now praying to God, please God, bring me an opportunity, bring me a light, bring me a sign, bring me something. If they're not religious, they're just going, please bring me a sign, bring me something. Show me something that I can do, because a lot of people right now are sitting at home going, how am I going to make money? And all of us, all of you that are here with me right now are obviously already involved in a business. And I've had countless conversations with the people who are like, hey, is this the right time? Yes, it's the right time. How would I approach somebody right now? If I was reaching out to somebody and let's say Chris is my buddy, I haven't introduced him to the business yet, haven't introduced him to the product yet, I'd pick up the phone. Because think about the isolation we have right now. Picking up the phone is probably a good idea, don't you think? And I'm sure you guys do a lot of stuff on social media, which is great. I'm a big fan of building on Facebook or whatever it is that you do. But I also love picking up the phone and connecting with people, because this is a human connection business. Pick up the phone, talk to Chris. What's up? How you doing? How you hanging in there over there? Is New Orleans getting crazy? You good? What's up? And then I would say, listen, Chris, I can't not tell you what I'm doing. Let's say he was in a situation because I'm not working right now. He just told me he's not working. He's not able to go to work. And now, of course, we know that's not the example here. We know Chris is full-time in this deal. But let's say in this made-up example, he was my bro that had a job and I hadn't had a chance to get to him yet, or I'd gotten to him in the past and he said no to me, and I'll get to that in a second. I would say, brother, man, I would feel awful if I didn't give you at least an opportunity to take a look at what Carla and I are doing. For the last year, we've been building a business that's entirely home-based. You can literally build it without ever you leaving your house. If I put you in front of a video or whatever the system or process it is, would you take time to look at that or watch that today? And you guys know what your system is. But the only difference in an invite that I would do right now would be having maybe a little bit more of a catch-up conversation. Because, look, if I was launching this business with you guys and it was my first 2 weeks, I might say, Chris, brother, Falcone, what's going on? Listen, I'm in a rush. I've only got a couple minutes. Carla and I just launched this business. I'm going to shoot you a video. Take a look at the video. Let's chat later. I got to go. I'm running off to another appointment. I might play that game. I wouldn't play that right now at all. I think we need to maybe slow it down a step or two to have that connection with somebody. So we're actually having a little bit of an opportunity to catch up and reconnect. But look, I have thought so hard the last couple of weeks. It's like, what other logical choice is there? You can get somebody going right now and help them put money in their pocket this week. And you have the power to be able to do that. So how selfish of us to get caught on the couch and get caught up in this. Because I've met two different types of network marketers over the last month. Some people that are like laser focused and they're like, who can I serve? Who can I impact? How can I go even bigger now than I've ever gone before? And then there's other people that have gone and go, I just don't know. My gosh, the world is falling apart all around me. I mean, look, you can't control out there, but you can control you. And look, the world needs leaders now more than ever before. And where does leadership start? It starts with you. It starts with your decision in your household, with your family. I'm sure there's some people on here that I know, but most of you guys I don't know. It starts with you leading I took my kids out fly fishing today. Both of my kids, I took some time to take them out fly fishing and teach them how to throw a fly rod. I'm spending more time with my teenager, oh my gosh, than I've ever spent with my teenager because he's home. Spending more time, obviously, with my wife because we're all at home all at the same time. And what a beautiful opportunity to connect with our unit, to connect with our family unit in a way that we've never done so before. And to connect with our team. Number one, you need you. You need you to be with your head in the game, not on the couch. Your wife, husband, significant other, children, they need you. They don't need you sitting on the couch going, oh my gosh, the world is ending. Your team needs you. Boy, I'll tell you that. Your team needs to see that you're focused. They need to see that you're in action. Can you, and regardless of whether we were going through this or not, I would tell you the same thing. Whether we were going through this situation or not, I would say the same thing. Now, let me give you some actionable items. I'm going to give you actually 4 actionable items. And I want you to write these down. You ready? Get a pen out and write these down. Number 1. And this is, let me also, before I get into number 1, this is not a goal. This is a law. This is a rule. This is your new rule. And even if this was the only thing that I shared with you tonight, if you made this your law, you would never have financial problems ever again in network marketing. Some of you that are new, I don't know. We have a huge group here tonight, 300 plus people here, and then it's being, broadcast. I mean, tons of people are watching this. So you got people at different levels, right? So some of you are on it. Some of you are rocking. Some of you are brand new. Maybe some of you started a week ago or 2 weeks ago. Regardless of who you are, if you set this rule for yourself, I can promise you this, that 365 days from now, your life will be completely different. And it's literally that simple. So again, this is not a goal. This is a law. Just like you wouldn't leave your house tomorrow. Most of you probably, because I think you're most probably all sane. We've seen some crazy people do this, but most sane people will not jump in their car, go to the grocery store, and show up naked. When was the last time you went to the grocery store naked? You go just get in your car butt naked, drive to the grocery store, get out, walk in. Have you ever done it? No. Why wouldn't you do it? I mean, even if you like being naked, you're like, I'm not going to go out and be naked, because you're going to end up with handcuffs and your cold butt is going to be on the back of a cop car going to jail for indecent exposure, right? That's literally a law. Okay, so that the reason, I know it's a weird example, but I can't help myself. I'm just a goofball, so we'll just go with it. The reason I share that with you is because what I'm about to say needs to be your law. And here's the law. Never does a day pass without me doing X. Or another way of phrasing it is, I never go to bed until I do X. And here's what the X is. You ready? A daily minimum number of intentional reach outs for your business. So it's not a goal. A goal is something that you're looking to get to with a specific, like, okay, I want to be this rank by this date. I'm willing to give this to get there, and I'm willing to give up this in order to do this. This is like the indecent exposure law. You don't go, like, so let's say, and I'm not going to tell you what the number needs to be. It's based on how much time that you have available to build your business.
Son of a bitch, Carrie.
Whoa, son of a gun. All right. Hey, what's up? All right. Hey, I can roll with the punches. Let's do this, man. So here's the thing. 1 is not a good number, because think about it. 1, I'm tired right now. Are you kidding me? Did 1 reach out? I need to go take a nap. I'm exhausted. You see what I'm saying? Is 1 a good enough number? Because like literally, I could get done with you guys tonight, do my 1, and if I had 12 more hours a day, I'd go play the rest of the day. 50. Okay, so I run, and Chris knows this, and I've been running this 12-week accountability program, this thing called A-Team, since 2008. And one of the things that I do at the beginning of it is I have people the first week, I want them to, it's like, pick your number. What is the daily minimum number of intentional reach outs that you will, listen to me, live up to, not lip to. Lip service doesn't count. And so I had this kid, and I say kid because I think he's like 24, he's in my A-Team, and he says 50. And I go, 50? I go, brother, man, I love big thinkers, but 50 is a pretty big number. So you're telling me that every single day, remember how I'm phrasing this, every single day that you show up for your business without fail, you will do X number of reach outs before you go to bed. So 50? So you're going to tell me you're going to live up to 50 a day. I go, I've been doing this for my whole life. I'm like, I don't know if I could do 50 a day. And I'm not telling you what your number needs to be, but you need to figure out a number based on the amount of hours that you have to commit to your business that, okay, let's pick 10 for a second as an example. 10. If the only thing that you did is like, I'm going to do 10 reach outs a day to expose somebody to these amazing products and this business, and that's all I do, I'm going to do 10 reach outs. I'm going to flip 10 rocks over a day. Where would your business be 365 days from now? I don't care if you stink at prospecting and your skill level is this, you couldn't help but get results. And of course, and I love how he mentioned it, you're sharpening your axe. I'm going to actually use that as an example again in a little bit, because that's super important, sharpening your skill sets. If you work on your skills, you have somebody who's brand new to network marketing versus somebody who's highly experienced, and they both do the bare minimum of 10 a day, the person that's more experienced is likely to get more results than the person with less experience, because their saw or their axe is sharper. Does that make sense, right? So again, this is not a goal. This is your daily minimum, and it's not your maximum either. So I don't go to bed. Let's say the number's 10 and I'm at 6 o'clock at night. I've got 8. I don't go to bed until I hit 10. And I think that you guys have to understand something, especially those of you that are newer at being self-employed. You've got to give yourself some rules. You've got to give yourself something that you can stick to, because here's what discipline is. Discipline is giving yourself an order and then following through on that order. That's what the definition of discipline is. So how many of us love it when somebody makes a promise to us and then they break that promise? Don't like it, do you? You know, hey, we're gonna go out. We got the girlfriends going out. This actually happened to my wife like a few weeks ago or a month ago. She got all dolled up. She's gonna go meet the girlfriends. Last minute, like 30 minutes before she's leaving the house, she's like, "Oh, she just canceled on me." I'm like, and I could see the disappointment in my wife's face. Like, does she want to like book another thing with her ever again? She's like, I don't know, maybe she'll flake on me again. So nobody likes flaky people, and you don't want to flake on yourself. So the number has to be something that you can reach every single day without fail. And I promise you this, you do this for 365 days, you won't have no problems. Because it goes down to the core business building activity, which is flipping rocks over and showing people these amazing products. You got happy coffee and happy pills. Doesn't everybody need a little happiness right now? Who doesn't need a little happiness right now? You're going to talk about like, that's like the perfect deal for right now. Happiness? Oh my gosh, you can help me be happier? Oh yeah, I could absolutely do that. So that's number one. Number two, this is important. So early 2019, I had these guys that vetted me, and I still haven't sourced it. The Wendy Williams show reached out to me a few years ago. They asked me, they were putting a show together. They were going to have me host this TV show that never came to fruition. So I'm not sure if this radio company reached out to me through them or whatever, but they vetted me hardcore, and they wanted to find somebody that was really experienced in network marketing to have on the show. And they, we had a conversation, and they asked me about my career. And in 30 years, I've never had an implosion. In network marketing, some of you that have been around the network marketing, you might have amazing years. And I've had like this consistent upward mobile path for 3 decades. And the guy asked me on the show, he said, so I'm really curious. He goes, you've never had an implosion in 30 years. I'm like, nope. He goes, so what's the number one reason why you haven't had an implosion? I'm like, well, I can't answer that. Because it's 2 reasons. And without hesitation, I already knew what the answer is. I said, number one is I never, ever let a day pass without doing some form of revenue producing activity. Never. I never show up in my office and don't drum up new business. And I'm going to digress on something for a second. I think this is important, especially for some of you've got teams. One of the biggest mistakes that people make in this business is they get making 6, 8, 10, 12, 15, 20, 25,000 a month, and they think they've made it. Because like right when you start, it's just you, and then it's you and a few people, then it's you and a few more people. And what happens is your responsibilities shift. Now it's like, oh, I got to lead my team. I got to work with my team. That's part of the responsibility of growing a network marketing organization, is working with your team. But here's and this is actually, I have a term for it. You ready? You're not going to like the term. It's called the kiss of death in network marketing. You like it? It's got a nice little ring to it. You probably don't want to do that, do you? Because it is literally the kiss of death. The kiss of death in network marketing is the moment that you personally stop recruiting and stop acquiring customers and only work with people on your team. Happens all the time. I've had $1 million earners that I've coached back into production because they get to 20 grand a month. They're like, oh my gosh, I've made it. I've hit the mother load. No, they've made some, but they haven't made it. If I can give you one big piece of advice right now, I don't care how much money you're making. I don't care how far you go. Don't ever stop acquiring customers. Don't ever stop recruiting. No matter how big your team is, you'll never have a problem. And we don't have the time to do it, but I could go through litany of story after story after story after story. I can give you very specific examples of people that I know that I've had to coach that went down that rabbit hole and got too far off of personal production. Personal production matters a ton, okay? So number one, the answer, I said, look, I never let a day pass without revenue producing activity. I said, number two, and this is the biggest reason, and I'm going to actually have those of you that don't have your cameras turned on to turn your cameras on unless you're naked. I don't want to see you naked. I actually did see a lady naked on the Zoom last week, so please don't do it. Okay, hi, cool. So I'm going to do an exercise real quick. Do me a favor, because the second answer, and this was the real answer to this guy, and this is what has enabled me to have a very, very long, successful career without an implosion, okay? I'm a relationship builder. I learned 30 years ago that people buy from those that they like and trust. You don't do business with somebody who treats you like crap. You don't go back to that company again. They might get you once, but they're not going to get you twice. We do business with people that make us feel good. And you guys are the feel good company, right? Your products make people feel good, but what do you do? So let me share something with you, and do me a favor. Pull out your phones. We're going to do this exercise live right now for those that I can see. Show me your phones. This is a mind-blowing example, and we got a big enough group, so I'm going to scroll through so I can see your phones. Some of you on vertical, like Fran, I can see you're on your phone. You can do this later. Dave and Christine, I can see you guys are on your phone. Those of you that are on your computer, show me your phone. All right? Now, open up your address book in your phone right now while we're here. You know where it's at. Open up your address book. I'm going to go in there right now myself while we're here. Okay? Now, in your address book, go to the letter A, beginning of the alphabet. Find the very first person. Do not judge. Do not think. The very first person, regardless of thought, where it's been 3, 4, 5, 6 months since you've had any conversation with that individual. Now, if it's your boyfriend or ex-boyfriend or girlfriend, why are they in your phone? Get them out of there. They shouldn't be in your phone. If it's like somebody you never want to talk to again, why are they in your phone? I only have people on my phone I want on my phone. How many of you, by a show of phones, showing me your phones, how many of you it was the very first person in your phone? Very first person. Be honest. Let me see your phones. How many of you? Okay, a few of you. It was literally the very first contact. Now, here's what you're going to do. You're going to send this text message to them right now, live. Okay, ready? Whatever the person's name is, Darlene, since she's in the middle of my screen. Darlene, Todd Falcone, what's up? How the heck are you? It's been way too long. I haven't talked to you in ages. How you doing? Let's catch up. In your own words, however you would talk, and then press send. Not ... I'm telling you about my deal, or I got something exciting to tell you about. Tony, Todd Falcone, how the heck are you? I haven't talked to you in so long. What is going on? We need to catch up. How are you? Whatever, and then press send. Okay? Done. Should take you seconds, and you'll be done. Press send. Don't not do this, because this exercise is one of the biggest reasons I've made money for year after year. And I got people that throw business at me that have never done business with me. One of 3 things is going to happen only. 1, they're going to call you right back. Please do not answer the phone in the middle of my Zoom. Press the red button, send them back a text, say, listen, I'm just wrapping something up. I'll buzz you back. Okay? 2, they're going to text you back with something like, OMG, holy smoke, so great to hear from you. Yes, 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 you're right. It's been too long. Yeah, we need to catch up. You're going to get somebody who's excited to have heard from you. And 3, you're going to get this one back. Who is this? Who is this? Why do they say who is this? Because they don't have your number saved in their phone. Okay, I have 6,200 plus contacts in my phone. Do you know how many people I have on my phone that I don't know? 0. How many of you have some guy named Dave in your phone? And you're like, who's Dave? Be honest. Let me see your hands. You got people in your phone. You don't even know who they are. Look at all the hands. Bobby, Lydia, all you guys, right? Like, who's Susan? I don't even know. You want to know how to text Susan? Susan. This is Todd Falcone. I don't know which Susan this is. Who are you? I'm like, it just says Susan, and I don't know who you are, but I'd love to know who you are, because I don't just randomly put people's names and phone numbers in here, but it just says Susan and a phone number. Do you remember me? Do you know who I am? And then you can square that stuff away. Here's one thing. Anytime I ever add somebody to my phone, I take notes on them. I got notes on Shweta. Dating back 20 years. Where we met, how we met, what we talked about, what deal he was in when we first met. I know. I got it right there on my computer. I got it synced into my phone. Anytime you add a new this is another new rule. Too many network marketers, probably like easy 90% of people involved in network marketing don't do this, which is absolutely nutty to me. You add a new person to your phone, where we met, who you referred you, what their wife's name is, where you had your first experience, maybe what you talked about, where they grew up, if you find that out, where they went to college, what their favorite color is. You want to know? Hey, here's the other thing. You want to know how to differentiate yourself. It is a little bit later in the afternoon. I've been doing trainings all day, so it's all right. I can handle it. Here's how you differentiate yourself from everybody else that you might ever compete with in the marketplace. You ready? This is called the Grand Canyon Creator. When you find out what somebody's deepest passion or interest is, like if you followed me on Facebook for a week just looking at images, you'd be like, oh my gosh, Falcone loves the trees. He loves to go fishing. He loves to go snow skiing. He loves to, you can just see my news feed and figure out just by watching me what I'm into, right? That's pretty simple. But like, what happens if you're talking to somebody, all of a sudden you hit that hot spot and all of a sudden they, oh yeah, no. 35 minutes have passed and you're still talking about that subject matter. This is critical. When you find out what someone's deepest passion or interest is, then you can spoon feed it to them. And here's what I mean. Let's say you found out I love snow skiing, which I do. Mountains closed, 10 inches of new snow overnight, and I couldn't go skiing today. I was going nuts. I'm 30 minutes from the mountain's closed, so definitely going nuts. If you knew that I love skiing and you saw some YouTube clip of some dude skiing some sick line and you're like, oh, Falcone, copy, paste, send, 2 minutes of entertainment for me, but it makes me go, oh, she knows me. You see an article that says, oh, that person. You see something that makes you immediately think of that person, and you're like, oh, I think that they might have an interest in this. I've ripped magazine clippings out. I've taken snapshots with my phone. Hey, I just saw this, thought you might dig it. I love the Grateful Dead. That's a Grateful Dead poster right there. If you knew I love the Grateful Dead and some new recording came out that was never before released, you're like, hey, Falcone, don't know if you've seen or heard this before, but you got to check this out. My buddy just did it to me the other day. He knows his deal. Then what that does is it builds relationship capital. You got to understand something. Relationships are like plants. They need to be watered, fertilized, nurtured. If the only time that you call somebody is when you want something, you're never going to get it. I got these network marketing dudes that the only time they call me is when they want to pitch me the next deal. There's one guy in particular, I will not mention his name. Chris probably knows him. But the only time he's ever reached out to me is when he's pitching me the new thing. It worked like 3 times, but then now, like, I don't know how many buttons you got on your phone. You got 2, red and green. He gets the red one. And what you want to do is you want to be a green button person. A green button person is like, oh my gosh, Shwade is calling me. Cool. Pick up the phone. I'm going to answer the phone. I don't care what I'm doing. I'm going to pick up the phone if I can. And how we make people feel makes the biggest difference, you guys. Now, look, this is a long tail strategy. This is not overnight success strategy, but this is your new strategy. Let me tell you something. I grew up in Seattle, Washington. I lived there for 17 years. I'm going to take a quick drink of water. I'm going to tell you this story. This is good. Lived for 17 years in Seattle. Moved to Long Beach, California. Lived there for 11 years. Moved to Monterey, California, or 9 years in Long Beach, 11 in Monterey. Back up to Seattle for 8. Sweated in Scottsdale for 5 years. I live in Bend, Oregon now for 3 years. Okay. Now, why do I tell you that? What does that have to do with tonight's training? Because all my bros that I went to kindergarten with, junior high, high school, I've stayed connected with those people, even if I never see them. My friends from Long Beach State, my friends from Monterey, my friends from my hood in Scottsdale. I have made the effort to stay connected to people, even if I don't see them. So, give you an example. My buddy Bart Scott, met him in 2nd grade in literally Mrs. Johnson's class. I went to school with this guy for my whole life. I haven't seen him since 1985, but I've stayed in contact with him. If I picked up the phone right now and said, Bart, Falcone, what's up? He's like, dude, what's going on? How's it going? We catch up. And I'm like, brother, man, listen, my wife and I launched into a business recently, and I've got to tell you about it. He's going to be responsive to that message versus Bart, hey, this is Todd Falcone. Who? Yeah, bro, we met in 2nd grade, Mrs. Johnson's class. Haven't seen you since 1985, but man, I've been thinking about you about this business. That's creepy. That's a little weird if you just go straight for the jugular on somebody that you haven't talked to in 30 years. So because here's the thing. It's way easy to connect with people in your bubble. Scottsdale, got to tell you this. I left Scottsdale. My wife last summer and the kids went back down in July. Can you believe that? July, Scottsdale. I'm like, you guys can go. I'm staying here. I stayed at home. While I'm at home, I get this piece of mail, and I open it up, and it's a card. It says, hey, Todd, this is Andy, my former neighbor. We miss you. Wish you were here. And inside the card was some Bob Ross socks. Do you know who Bob Ross is? Big, giant hair. If you're ever stressed out, which you guys never are because you guys are on the happy pill, you guys are cool. But if you ever were, you could go watch a little Bob Ross painting and it'll mellow you out. Now, it's not like I'm into Bob Ross, but 5 years ago, I was Bob Ross on Halloween. I was a really good one. And so she must have seen these socks, these happy little cloud socks, and thought Todd Falcone. Wasn't my birthday. Wasn't a special day. It was just a day. Oh, I'm going to get these for Todd. Cute little card. Boom. Sends them to me. I don't know how much it costs. And I wear those socks, these happy little cloud socks. I don't have them on right now, but I wear them all the time. And here's the thing. I'm 53. I don't help anybody move at age 53. I don't know about you, but when I'm in college, I'll help my buddy do his 1-bedroom apartment. But, you get a little older, past 2 bedrooms. That's like a worst favor you can ask a friend. Can you help me move? I'm like, no, I'll help you pay for the movers if you need help. Yeah, I'll sit around and have a beer with you and we can watch the movers, but I ain't moving nothing. But if Andy picked up the phone right now and said, hey, Justin and I are getting ready to move, and it was August, hottest month in Scottsdale, I'd hop my butt, pay for my own ticket, and fly to Scottsdale, sweat my tail off for 2 days, and I would help her move. Without question. Why? Because how she's made me feel. So this right now, you guys need to be reaching out and reconnecting and re-engaging with people. This is another exercise that I do in A-Team called the re-engagement exercise. How many of you got a text back already from somebody or your phone rang? Look at all the hands going up. That's an opportunity you haven't talked to that person for 3, 4, 5, 6 months. I'm constantly rotating through my phone. And right now, given all the isolation, let me tell you something. In the world where people don't answer their phones so much, they're answering their phones now. I'm telling you, I've had hundreds of conversations, picking up the phone, calling people, reconnecting, talking to people I haven't talked to in a while. I do it all the time. I've done for years. That's my secret weapon. Revenue producing activities, being a relationship builder. Go to a bank tomorrow that you don't have an account in. Try this one on for size, okay? Walk into a bank you don't have an account in. Walk up to the teller and say, yeah, I'd like to make a withdrawal. And she's going to say, great, can I have your account number? And you're going to look at her and you go, I don't have one. And she's going to look at you with a strange face and she's going to go, are you robbing us? No, I'm not robbing you. I just wanted to make a withdrawal. And she's going to say, look, honey, I got to explain something to you. You start an account. We give you an account number. You deposit funds into the account, and then you can take the funds out of the account to the amount that's in the account. And we, of course, know how that works. And you please don't go to the bank tomorrow and do that because you might actually think that you're robbing them. So please don't do that. Plus, we need to do social distancing, right? So, but my point is you cannot make a withdrawal from an empty account. I've got friends that have never done any network marketing business that I've ever done, have never even bought product from me, but they've sent me business. They've sent me distributors because maybe they were successful in something else. And I introduced it to them. And by the way, let me also say this. People do network marketing for other than the money. People sometimes get locked into thinking, oh, my super successful friend. In fact, this is number 3. Ready? Number 1 is your daily minimum. Number 2 is re-engaging with people. Number 3, Brian Tracy wrote a book called Eat That Frog. Now, I don't think you typically, I'm sure a couple people probably, go, honey, you want to go out for frog legs tonight? I mean, I don't know how often that happens. Mostly say you want to have Italian, you want to have sushi, you want to have Mexican. I did have somebody on a Zoom 2 nights ago said, yeah, no, we do frog legs. I'm like, okay, I don't want to insult you then. I mean, I've eaten them and they don't really taste like chicken, but that's fine. That's not the purpose of this deal. Here's the thing. Eat that frog essentially means this. Get the hardest task done first thing in the day. What is your hardest task? Think for a second. Your hardest task as a network marketer is the tough prospect that you've put up on a pedestal. And the term that we have for it is the chicken list. It's the people that we're chicken to call because of how we think they're going to respond or react to us. And let me explain the number 1 issue for people why they don't move in network marketing. This is not a guess. I didn't read a book and decide to be a network marketing trainer. I've lived this business my whole life. The biggest hang up for people is they're too concerned about what others will think about them for bringing a network marketing opportunity to them. So they're like, oh, well, what if they're not my friend because I bring them a deal? Or what if I share this with them and they reject me? The biggest breakthrough that some of you will ever have in your lifetime is no longer giving a darn what other people think about you for doing this. Because guess what? They're already thinking something of you anyhow. And here's the way I look at it. If I bring this to you and you're not my friend anymore, we weren't friends. You know what a real friend is? You don't have to buy my product. No. You don't have to join my business. Nope. But you can high five me at the finish line. That's a real friend. So I got to tell you this quick thing. So my friend Randall, 1997, I'm at a Bible study in Pacific Grove, California. I meet this guy, Randall. He's wearing golf stuff. I'm wearing golf stuff. I'm like, you golf? He's like, yeah, I golf. Cool. Let's play golf together. So I'm a very successful network marketer at the time. I had all the free time in the world. I played golf like 4 or 5 days a week living in Pebble Beach, Monterey. Played golf with Randall probably, no exaggeration, easy 700 times. He knew I was involved in network marketing and he was super rich. I never invited him to take a look at my business. One day I get this phone call from Randall. Hey, Todd, do you know Everett such and such? I'm like, yeah. He goes, yeah, well, he's on your 6th level. I'm on your 7th. Why didn't you tell me about this? And I was just like, and I'm no broke networker at the time. I'm like full-time for many, many years, very successful. And I was like, I don't even know what to say. I go, I'm stupid, I guess. I don't, like, honestly, dude, I thought you would never touch this thing. You guy's worth like 100 million. He goes, yeah. He goes, I told him, I didn't think you were going to do it. You got so much money. He goes, I'm not doing it for the money. He goes, I don't need the money, but I'm bored. And I think I can help some people with this. I'm like, oh my God, you could have been front level to me. But instead, you know, so here we are putting people up. We're making decisions for people. And right now, people like these people that you know, that you've gone, oh, well, what if they judge me? They've got the big house, the cars, the this, the that. They got the 3 businesses. Their business is shut down right now. Pick up the phone first thing in the morning and say, hey, brother, man, I've been meaning to talk to you. Carla and I have been building a super fun business all about being happy. If I could show you a way to make some extra money working from home, would you be interested in taking a peek at it? The Bible says, ask and ye shall receive. If you don't ask, you get nothing. You get the crumbs. But it's amazing what happens when you just ask the question, you guys. And we do a lot of asking in this business, asking someone to take a look, asking someone to check out a video or follow the, you know, look, we make it so hard on ourselves, man. Like network marketing, technical degree of difficulty scale 1, laying on the couch, 10, brain surgery. We're about a 2. Really, like technical degree of difficulty, what do? We talk to people about how they can be happy and make money. I mean, I want to get out of bed at 5 in the morning and talk to people about they can be happy and make money. And right now people are going, hey, I want to be happy and make more money. Right now, you guys the timing is perfect. Just do it professionally. Step up your game like you've never stepped up your game before. Number 4, and Chris references at the very beginning, 7 Habits of Highly Effective People is an amazing book. If you haven't read it, you need to read it. And Stephen Covey tells this story, which is so interesting. There's this guy walking through the woods one day on a little walkabout, and he comes across this lumberjack in the woods. Now, if you tree huggers, I love trees. I've literally hugged trees. So don't get mad at me about cutting down a tree right now. Just go with, I'm sharing a story. I didn't cut down the tree, and I only cut down trees that are dead that need to be cut down. So just go with that. So this guy comes across this lumberjack, and the lumberjack is sweating, and he's exhausted, and he's got this manual saw, and he's trying to cut through this tree. He's like, you can tell the guys, and he taps on his shoulder. He says, excuse me. He said, I can't help but notice, but there's no teeth on your saw. And the guy's going, I'm just too busy sawing to sharpen my saw. You can't be too busy sawing here to sharpen your saw, you guys. How many of you, seriously, you can relate to this? Not everybody goes out with a manual saw on a log, right? I know probably very few of you have ever done that. But let me tell you this. How many of you have ever had a tomato and you're trying to cut a tomato in your kitchen with a dull knife? Yeah? And you're sitting here trying to saw through the skin of a tomato and the knife won't even cut into it. You're like, and then all of a sudden you squish the tomato. We've all experienced that. Okay, time to sharpen the knife. So then you sharpen the knife and all of a sudden it's just like, and it's just razor thin, easy. The concept of sharpening your saw here, and this is a big mistake people make in this business, huge mistake. And I like the reason I do what I do, and I'm so adamant about it, is everybody says they want to get good, but very few people in this profession work on getting good. Oh yeah, I want to be great. I want to be the best I can. I'm like, good. What'd you do this week to get good? How much time did you spend practicing? What should you practice here? Maybe practice the little approach that I gave you, or practice your script. What if you repeat? You know, when I started, I was like, hi, my name is Todd Falcone. I am calling you because your name was referred to me. Like, okay, so the first time I read the script, maybe it didn't work out so well, but then I got to the point where I'm like, hey, my name is Todd Falcone. I'm giving you a call because your name was referred to me as someone that might be open to taking a look at a great money-making idea. Is that correct? Does that sound a little bit more fluid? Why? Because I practice it over and over and over again. I travel all around the world doing network marketing trainings. All these people say, oh my gosh, I want to get good. But they're not working on getting good. You need to spend, and right now, more than ever, you need to spend time every day sharpening your saw. And look, here's the deal. I already know network marketing. I get it. People say, yeah, oh yeah, I'm working on myself. I'm like, cool. What book did you read? Oh, yeah. They're trying to make something up. I'm like, so you're lying to me. You didn't really work on yourself. And it's Sir Francis Bacon. Some of us have heard this term, knowledge is power. How many of you have heard the term knowledge is power? Most of us have. This guy died back in the 1800s, so he's not here to defend himself. So, but even if he was here, I'd argue with him right now. I don't think knowledge is power. I think knowledge is nice. Knowledge is power when it's put to use. So one of the other things that I sought out to do early on is I wanted to get as good as I could at this business. Because when I started this business, I was a stuttering, sweaty, nervous wreck, heart pounding, dry mouth. I don't know about you, but I literally was on the phone early on my network marketing career talking to a prospect. What happens when you get nervous? Your palms get sweaty and your mouth gets dry. I'm sitting here talking to this guy and he goes, excuse me. He goes, can you do me a favor? I'm like, yeah, sure. What's that? He goes, would you please take a drink of water? All I can hear is your mouth clicking and it's driving me nuts. I'm like, oh my God. I'm like trying to find water. It's like, lubing up my mouth. After that, I always kept like a straw until my nervousness went away. I kept a straw and a giant jug of water because I was so embarrassed. Click, 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 click. I mean, he's like, oh, it's driving me nuts. Just take a drink of water. Your mouth's too dry for me. I can't handle it. Hey, we all got to start from someplace, right? So let me go back. Number 1, daily minimum. Number 2, re-engage with people, reconnect with people, make it your mission to stay connected with people. Number 3, get the hardest task done early in the day. Number 4, sharpen your saw. Most importantly, soak in the information, but apply what you've learned. I won't read a chapter of a book without going, how can I apply this into my business? I won't watch an audio or listen to an audio or listen to a video without going, how can I apply this into my business? You guys have a responsibility right now. There's so many people here. Look at the impact you guys have the ability to make. I'm seeing the numbers here. I don't even know how many people are in the Facebook group. If you all step up your game right now, network marketing can shine like never before. You can grow your business big time. And you've got that whole stimulus pack going on right now. You guys know about your stimulus pack. Shouldn't that motivate you to step it up right now? I mean, it's pretty like what? 1 new promoter, 1 new customer on ADPV, bam, bam. The dose, right? Isn't that what it's called? To me, I'd be stepping up my game times 100 right now. You got the time. Some of you that were part-time network marketers last week are full-time network marketers now. Welcome to full-time network marketing. Didn't think it was going to work out that way, but now you're like, I can't go to work. I got full-time. Step it up. The world needs you. There's people out there right now that are waiting for your call. This is not the time to be worriers. We need to be warriors, not worriers. Warriors, not worriers. We need to step up our game and make the biggest impact that we possibly can. And I know, look, as I wrap this up, I know it's tough right now. I know it's hard because there's this battle between positivity and fired up and whatever that is out there. And none of us are having a great time with being locked into our houses, but you have the only viable option for people to make money from home. They can plug and play in your system. They don't have to come up with an idea. They don't have to invent a product. They don't have to come up with a business plan. It's like, dude, come in, plug and play. Want to play? Let's go. Here we go. Here's our system. You guys already have it, obviously, given the amount of people that are here. And I know the kind of money that people are making in your company. Clearly it works. So this is the time to step up. Real quick before I leave, I want to share something with you that I referenced earlier that back in 2008, I started running something called A-Team. It's literally the longest standing 90-day group coaching program that I do, which is really designed to do one primary thing, and that is to up your production and up your confidence doing what we do in this business. How many of you have ever worked out with a personal fitness trainer by a show of hands? Let me see your hands. Either worked out with a personal fitness trainer or been in a group fitness class. Let me see the hands. Let me see all the hands. So most of you, okay? You know as well as I do that if you're working out with a trainer standing over you, you work out harder every single time with the trainer than without him. You can't. Lee Ramos, I was working out with Lee Ramos. He's like, bro, seriously? That's all you got? I've walked in, and some of you have done this, and I will not ask you to admit it. I walked in the gym with the idea of getting this pump and workout. I walked out 15 minutes later. Walked in, I'm going to crush this workout, got lazy and left. I'm guilty of it. Never could happen with a trainer. I do yoga, or did yoga until this happened, at a yoga studio 4 mornings a week, 6 a.m. I used to think yoga was for, like, what? Yoga? What a joke. That's like easy until you start doing yoga and you realize how hard it is. I'm sitting here in triangle pose in yoga, and I got the instructor behind me. I got 20 other people in the room, and I'm thinking, I just want to lay down in child's pose right now, sweating, trembling, shaking. My brain is saying, Falcone, lay down, dude. Come on, just get into child's pose. If you don't know what child's pose is, it doesn't matter. That means you're just resting, okay? You're like laying down. I'm sitting here trembling and shaking. I want to lay down so bad. My brain is telling me, dude, lay down. My muscles are literally shaking and trembling. And any of you that are looking at me, I can see some of the other yoga people out there. You're like, yeah, you're right. I know. But I don't do it because I got the instructor in there and I got 20 other women and 2 other dudes that are just stuck in triangle pose. You're like, you're not going to be the only one that lays down. You feel that dynamic forces you to up your game. That's what A-Team is, but for your network marketing business. Now, I don't know who of you needs it or what. You can make that decision for yourself, but here's the deal. My next A-Team, and what we do is you track your revenue producing activity. I train you on some amazing stuff every single week. We meet every Tuesday starting April 14th. I've run this thing every single quarter for 11 years. It's impossible for you to do less. You will do more by doing A-Team. So it's a 90-day sprint during a time frame when all of our heads need to be in the game like never before. And look, when we started it in 2008, it was $500 for the quarter. Last week, I called a meeting on Wednesday afternoon, 3:30 in the afternoon, called my staff, my team together, emergency meeting. I said, change the price of A-Team to $99. I've never run A-Team for $99 ever, and I probably will never run another one for $99. It's never, ever been priced at that. So reason I'm doing it is one reason only. People need to keep their head in the game. And I decided I ain't gonna fall to this. I'm not gonna let myself get pulled out of the game, and I'm gonna pull as many people through the next 90 days as possible. I think we've got well over 200 people already registered for this thing. And lastly, I'll show this to you really quickly. What I have in my hands, this is the most comprehensive audio training program that I've produced as a speaker and a trainer. In its physical format, it's 19 audio CDs. It's literally my 30 years of network marketing in a box sent to you. But I'm going to give you the digital version of this for free, no charge. It sells for $4.97 on my website. You get instant access to it within like 15 minutes of you registering for A-Team. If you think that you need some help, you think that I might be able to help you keep your head in the game, you think that I can help you be more productive, then you can check out A-Team. It's toddfalcone.com/team, TEAM. You can get in for $99. Never done it for $99. And I'm going to give you this $500 product, the digital version, for free. And why am I giving you audio? Because I don't want you on your screen. You can be doing your dishes, doing your jumping jacks, doing your running in place, because we got to run in place, playing with whatever you're doing. I can be in your ears, and I can be teaching you stuff that's going to help you get better. John Stevens, obviously you got it. John's got Cracking the Code. Some of you, others probably do. It's literally all of my life experience in network marketing in one audio series that you get digitally when you register for A-Team. But regardless of whether you do that or not, here's the deal, okay? As I finish, I gave you 4 actionable items. 1, daily minimum. 2, daily reach outs with the intention of just to reconnect with people. Number 3, get the hardest task done in the morning. These people that you're afraid of, there's no reason to be afraid of. And number 4, you got to be spending time doing something every single day, sharpening your saw. If you don't know how to spell my name, it's TODDFALCONE.com/team, TEAM. Tammy, who just asked, not A-Team, it's TODDFALCONE.com/TEAM. Last thing I'm going to say, if you choose to do A-Team and you go over there, please make sure that you type your email address correctly, because that way, if it's not done correctly, what'll happen is the email doesn't get to you. And you're like, hey, I just bought this thing, or I just signed up. Where is it? So just make sure you get your email address correctly, because sometimes people get fast. And anyhow, Mr. Shweta, I really appreciate you so much. Obviously, what you guys are doing is working. More than anything, dude, is we go back 20 years. We haven't talked a whole lot in 20 years, but like a guy like your commitment to this profession, we need more people that have this lifelong commitment. And look what you've been able to create for yourself and other people. You guys are so blessed to be working with him and the other leaders on the team. People who make that decision, like, I'm going to do this until, and I think that's another thing. I'll just leave you with this is you got to make the decision that you're going to do this until you succeed. It's going to happen on your own time, slower for some, faster than others. But you guys, if you make the commitment and you stick and you stay and you just like, don't give up on yourself, you're going to win in this business. So Chris, back to you, my friend.
Todd, thank you so much. And thank you for sharing not only incredible value, but the opportunity for many people to jump on the A team at a discounted price. Guys, when I got started in this industry, and I'll just share this before I turn it over to Jessica, I just wanted to be a sponge. And for me, I knew that I had to become better. I was a horseshoer. I was spending under a horse's butt all day. I was spending my time there, not where I needed to be. And I need to learn everything that I felt and I needed to learn to be able to go out there and win. And guys, I know we have something that's super simple. We're talking about sharing a cup of coffee. But what I can tell you is that listening to these audios, listening to these trainings gave me the confidence to be able to go out there and really rock out my business. And I became in that company. When I met Todd, I became one of the top producers in that company. And not only a top producer, but then became a top leader. And a lot of it I can attribute to, Todd and many other coaches that I had as I was basically growing out there. Actually, I spent a lot of time with Todd with Jeffrey Combs as well. And he spoke at many of Jeff's events. And I have the little black book of scripts. I have basically I even found, I think he did, I need to go find it and I'll send you a picture of it. But you had one which was a bunch of other, I'll send you a picture of it. But at any rate, I bought his whole system whenever I saw him. And guys, I just digested this stuff over and over and over. And when he was talking about practicing, it's funny because right now I'm learning how to surf, right? I'm a wakeboarder. I'm good at wakeboarding. I hated surfing because I kept falling. I kept falling over and over, stupid falls, right? And when we get started in the business, it's so similar, right? We feel like we're falling, but we're really not. And what I love about surfing is when you fall, you never get hurt, right? Wakeboarding, different story. But on surfing, you can just keep trying stuff over and over and over. And the worst case scenario is you have to get back up. And guys, he talked about that, and the business is the exact same way. And it's just about doing it until you get great. So with that being said, thanks again, Todd. We really appreciate having you. I'm personally going to be doing this next A-team with you because, hey, I want to step up my game in the activity mode and all that. So again, we appreciate you throwing that out there. So guys, in closing, we're going to have Mr. Rant come on board, and she's going to be giving away some prizes, I believe. So with that being said, Jessica, are you out there?
I am out here, Chris. Thank you so much.
Over to you.
I'm trying to do one more last check, make sure I didn't miss anybody's submission. Because I did have Joe run us a report just to make sure we captured everybody as much as possible. And I think we got everybody. Okay, all right, I was having to check my hidden inbox. Connection not good again.
Is it over?
No, Jessica's trying to look, make sure she has all the names because she's about to do a drawing. I believe she's still there. Her camera went away, I think, as she went to go look in her phone.
Okay, is that better?
Yes.
Okay, sorry. I pushed all the Wi-Fi pods up to Ricky's office area, so he had good reception up there, and neglected my office. So anyways, I was just doing one last check to make sure I got everybody's submissions for the $250 cash giveaways. And I wanted to give a huge thank you to Todd for jumping on and sharing so much value with us this evening. It was huge. And I absolutely loved his message about, you know, there's so many people out in the country just waiting for someone to have that conversation with them, because they don't even know where to start typically. But this month has been massive. It's been like a crazy, crazy month. I know, especially these last few days. So we wanted to go ahead and get these names out there so we don't forget that piece of it before the month ends in the next few days. So we had, I had 8 submissions. I know we said we were going to do a drawing for 10. We only had 8 people that actually submitted for the drawing, which is perfectly fine. So we have, our first one is Shannon D. Mateo. I'm sorry if I'm messing up your last name, but she actually is going to be winning $500 because she had 2 $500 packs that signed up, which was huge for this month. Oh, sorry. I'm seeing that somebody said they didn't know they had to submit it. Okay. And then Tammy Birch, she's our next $250 winner. And then Carrie Gruss, Greus. She also is another $250 winner. And then Connie Ayers, another $250. And Nancy Willett, $250. Jacob Judd, $250. And Kimberly Ryan, $250. So congratulations, everybody. Big round of applause for all of our winners. And that's all I've got.
Thanks again. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
I mean, it's amazing. Durant's always basically putting their money where their mouth is and basically pouring into the team. So again, thank you so much. Guys, I hope you got value out of tonight. Really excited to be doing the EP myself just because what's going on with all the unmuting. But at any rate, appreciate everybody jumping on board. Great call. Talk to you guys later. Everybody have an awesome night.
Good night.
Have a good night.
Have a good night.
I will be posting this up on
Bye. Good night, all.
zoomreplay.com.
Gotcha.
Thank you.
Chris.
Sky.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello.